if you had a job where you come to work and people clap for you, it would change your entire mood.
Don't this hit make my people wanna jump? Don't this hit make my people wanna jump? Don't this hit make my people wanna jump?
Watch the series finale of X-Men next Saturday morning. Check your local listings.
It won't take long when there's a song to help you set the pace.
Howling holler from the heart.
This is pathetic.
Where we used to live. Why did you keep the mousetrap?
Life could be worse.
This is the worst. This is the worst.
This is the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss, my one. Baby, my heart's on fire.
And the Disney stock just keeps going down and down and down.
I'm bag of pixie dust. Contraband.
They're going to do the Mary Poppins thing. They're going to do it. They're going to do it.
Yeah.
Magic mirror on the wall. The fairest one of all.
Oh, bitch, you killed Kenny.
Kenny.
You fat hoe.
I get it. I'm not persecuted. I'm just an ass.
If you haven't subscribed to Lorena yet and you're watching this, you suck.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Reina Creole, of course, bringing you that spice when it comes to sci-fi and pop culture analysis. And welcome to the Spice Lounge. Hey, we give you those hot takes and spicy conversation when it comes to what's going down in pop culture. So we try to cram a whole lot into the show because it seems like Hollywood dumps a whole bunch of stuff on the day that I have my stream when I had it planned for us something else. But you know, that's how it is. But great show tonight. I even have 3 new clips for super chats or gifted memberships. So first one who gets to do a super chat or gift a membership, you get to see at least one of the new clips that I've got for you all. So we are going to be talking about tonight, of course, Captain America: Brave New World. Hashtag Lorena was right. That thing went to hell on a rocket with gasoline drawers on, and we are going to talk about that and why the media is trying to tell you that no, it's okay. It's okay. No, it is not okay. And of course, we're going to talk about how Rachel Zegler seems to have had a come to Jesus meeting with Disney, so to speak. So now she calls the fans passionate, which is definitely what she was not calling us not too long ago. So we are going to talk about that. And of course, we have got lots of hot topics to fly on through. But before we get started, I'm going to bring in my friends from the back. We have got Views with Hughes, and we have got Erica, hanging with Erica and Rob. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Actually, I would like to apologize for my last appearance up here. I've really made it cringe-worthy and stuff doing impersonation of Sam Wilson throwing the Captain America shield and everything. I apologize for that diabolical mess.
Why? That is how he throws it.
It was cringe the way I did it though. Even Erica, as you all, I remember and stuff. She had her hands to her face and oh, stop it, dude, just stop it.
Well, he still throws the shield like a girl. I am not going to let you all forget that out there.
I'm actually gonna start doing that impersonation unless it's requested.
Oh,
So,
okay. Yeah. All right. Well, you heard him. You heard him. And get me on record. There was nothing sexy about him throwing that shield. Okay. Don't work. Don't work. Well, we got 45 of you guys starting to come in here between X and between YouTube. Make sure you like the stream on YouTube and make sure you heart the stream over on X. We love ya. So let's see who we got.
Thank you, Chef.
Yes, it is a banger when Hughes is here. Banger when everybody's here, but Hughes has that special twist. We love seeing. We got Snorter Poopus Q Burr, one of my mods, saying hello, who mods and other critters. We have got DJ Knight in the chat as well. Good to see you, my dear. And Hughes is saying I'm back. And great to have you as always. Let's see. We have got Tom F, another one of my mods. Hit that like button and ring the subscribe and keep up on all the spice. Because yes, we certainly have the spice flowing as always. And let's see who else we got here. Some people says weird. Oh, Bishop, hello. Says hi, Reina Creole. Well, hi, hello, and hello to you. We got Blind Conservative Woman here in the chat. Says Rachel is a disingenuous, hypocritical liar. She tried this exact same crap in that cringe sit-down interview she did with Halle Bailey. Nobody bought it then, and nobody bought it now. Well, you got some people who were buying it like, nuh-uh, she's okay. She's fine. She's going to be great. But us regular people are like, to quote Judge Judy, don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. That's what they're trying to do. That's what they're trying to do this.
I honestly got an interesting take on that and everything. I'm going to save it until we get to that particular second.
Let's see. Dylan Soup is here. Says, hey, Lorena. Sup, chat. Good seeing you, Dylan. Chef Nation, good to see you. And Little Chef says, good evening, beautiful people. So Kathleen Kennedy is hanging up the Star Wars cape. Sad to see her go. LOL. Yeah, I won't believe it until they perp walk her ass out of Lucasfilm, but we're going to touch on that anyway. Because now that the Hollywood trades have picked it up. Yeah, seems a bit more credible this time around. Let's see, we got Linda F here in the chat. Says hello, Lorena. Hello, Lorena. Hello to everyone. Hello to you, my dear. Good seeing you as always. Yep, hashtag we called it. Hey, Charles. Good seeing you. Says I saw it and oh my god, it was bad. Yeah, it was. I would rather watch the Marvels again. And y'all know I not like that movie. Yeah, I could actually find value even in just ripping it because some parts are just so bad it's hilarious. I can do that. I can't say that for this movie.
Even with Black Girl Magic.
Even with Black Girl Magic. Yeah. It just sucked. Yep, and I'd rather hear the comment songs than watch the remake. Hey, Starlina27. You know who told me about the comment song with regards to the Snow White trailer and the comments? Camera Girl told me first. Now, she heard about it first.
I saw it on TikTok.
They are ripping that thing to shreds for real. And I love it. It's so delicious. So delicious. Hey, Lonnie says, howdy, folks. And it needed to be cringe. There you go. There you go, Hughes.
Thank you.
And let's see, Erica is here, another one of my amazing moms. And of course, she's on the panel waving to us. Linda says, hey, Erica. And Charles says, Captain America is part 2 to Incredible Hulk without the Hulk.
And I like the Incredible Hulk. That hurts.
Which one?
No, no, Incredible Hulk, the movie that with Edward Norton and stuff. I actually like that one. Then I heard that they brought what's his face. Yeah, I heard that they brought what's his face, and I'm like, no,
I can't stand Mark Ruffalo as Hulk. I can't. Edward Norton he's always gonna be the Hulk. And
my son loves Edward Norton Hulk better than what's his face Hulk and stuff.
Do you think Mark Ruffalo is worse than that abomination known as the Ang Lee version of the Incredible Hulk?
It's a toss up for me for that one.
Yeah, I don't like to. I want my time back. I can never get it back for watching that abomination. It's just God, it's just bad. Oh, and let's see who else we have. We have Nita in here. Hello. It says good evening, all. Well, good evening, and good to see you here. And I do believe we have everyone. Ruffalo stinks like. Absolutely. So, folks, are we ready for the hot topics?
I think I am.
Sounds like we are. We have got some good ones. So here we
Can I
go.
just say,
yeah,
your hair is gorgeous tonight.
Oh, thank you.
I freaking love your hair right now. I just keep staring at it because it's so pretty, and I wish I could curl my hair like that.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, threaten my hot curlers to do it right.
At least y'all have hair.
Well, you look fine just the way you are. Should I see this movie? Oh, wait, you want your time back? Oh, hell, yes. Do not watch the Ang Lee version. The only Incredible Hulk you really need to watch is the Ed Norton version.
Yep.
Screw Mark Ruffalo. All right, hot topics. Let's get to going. Last week, we had Mark Hamill losing his pants and pulling his pants up on stage. This time, we have Harrison Ford trying to get his eat on and then realizing the camera was on him. Check this out.
Los Angeles is known as the city of dreams. And sure enough, all my dreams have come true here. From my dream of preparing.
You see?
I told him to turn away.
What was it she said?
So I think this was one of the presenters. And then she noticed that he noticed that he was on screen, and she said, I told him to turn away. And she probably told him that, but Harrison was probably like, look, I'm hungry. I'm trying to get my eat on. I'm not even hearing what you have to say. And then the look up like, that's a meme.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. If he hates his own role as Han Solo in the Star Wars films and stuff, what makes you think he cares about what you think or what you got to say, tell him to do and everything?
Yes, Charles, he is old and does not care. Well, apparently he cared enough to be shocked when he saw himself on the Jumbotron, and I was just I was just trying to eat. That's
Because if I were his age with his kind of money, I wouldn't care either.
For me, if that was a shrimp cocktail, I would be getting my eat on and not caring.
From my dream of preparing. I told him to turn away.
It's almost like a Norm Macdonald bit.
I could just imagine if it was Samuel Jackson instead.
Oh my gosh. You imagine what he would say. What the
He
hell
probably wouldn't say.
you doing?
He probably wouldn't say anything. He'll just keep eating while looking at the back of his head. Just, and I am
delicious. I'm gonna eat this food. I don't know who she is. She's one of the presenters. I think it was on Netflix. I think she's one of the Netflix presenters. Pretty
Wait, is this
face,
SAG
just say the
after?
words.
Is this SAG
Yes.
after?
I think it's SAG after, I think.
Yeah, I don't watch any of the award shows. I don't care about them and stuff. Never have. So I just wondering. So, but yeah, like
I watch them because, well, I'm just interested more in what everybody's wearing. So my favorite back in the day used to be the Fashion Police, and where you would have Joan and Melissa Rivers on red carpet interviewing folks, and they would put the fear of God as some of these people were. They would see them coming and they would go the other way because they would just rip on what they had to wear. They looked awful. So
is that the same reason you would also watch the Super Bowl?
Yes. 100%. There you go, and Shogi. All right. So we're going to go from there to this news. And I mean this sincerely. Assassin's Creed Shadows, which you know is just yet another gaming dumpster fire, claiming that they respect Japanese history, but for some reason want to put a black samurai in it when he was not a samurai at all. And I hear people say, well, he was so-and-so, so it was like a samurai. I'm like, oh, hell no. It is not. They do not have anything. There is no peer-reviewed source on Japanese history.
They use a fictional book and stuff to base it on that, and everything is the way it's justified. It shows that how much they need to be quizzed on history and stuff. And it's crazy because of the fact that, there's no black samurais. Not only that, but they made this particular black samurai a part of the Google community. If y'all actually spent long enough time to see me up here and everything, and I say Google community, you should already know what I mean by that. And they gave him dreadlocks too.
Yeah. They gave him dreadlocks, put him in samurai gear. It's like no. Like a couple of other Japanese YouTubers had called out that this was all Yasuke. While he was actually a real figure, he was not a samurai. He was pretty much just a curiosity, for lack of a better term. And there are no peer-reviewed documents documented by Japanese historians that say that this dude was a samurai. So
I'm curious, how much are they charging people to play this game, whether they download or get the physical copy? I'm curious.
I don't know. They might be giving it away at this point. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to play it just for the lulz, because this is just, if you thought that was bad, okay. And supposedly they are respecting Japanese culture. Why are they talking about boba tea when boba tea is obviously Chinese, more specifically Taiwanese? That's why I posted here. I said boba tea isn't a Japanese thing. There's dumb and then there's Ubisoft dumb.
Bruh. How you gonna be woke and still get it wrong?
Hey, I didn't know that either. But I wasn't going around saying it was Japanese either.
I know.
Y'all know I don't even know what that is.
What is?
The boba tea and all of that.
Tea. It's the boba tea that's authentic I don't like because the tapioca balls are nasty. I don't like them because they just but the ones that can absorb like juice and stuff like that, I like those. But I've had boba tea. It's like tea and then these tapioca balls in the bottom of it. And I've had the authentic ones and I don't like that.
We
Yeah, I'm
have
gonna
a
stick.
boba tea place here, and I tried the some kind of strawberry one that my son's friend had. It was
Hmm.
good, but I didn't like the skin of the tapioca. Uh,
That was
I was
me.
like, okay, that's a little weird.
That was me. It's like if you would have taken the tapioca balls out, it would have been great. I would have been completely happy with it. But I don't like the tapioca balls. But the fact that they're trying to pass off boba tea, which is obviously Chinese.
I'm sticking to green tea. That's Japanese at least.
Oh,
Oh, have
oh,
you ever had the real thing? Because I promise you, it does
yes,
not taste anything like what you've had in the United
yes.
I had.
States.
Hey, I'll be
Oh
honest
my
with you. I
God.
haven't. But if they have it, if anyone's selling the real thing in the U.S., at least here in Virginia, I'll go ahead and try it.
I'll tell you what it tastes like. Just go in your front yard, grab some sod, and put it in some hot water. There you go.
I put sugar in my tea, so yeah, and I use a lot of it, as you can see. So
I I do. And the Chinese restaurant where I grew up, there was a lot of them. Not the order by number, pull up and get it because you're in a hurry. Like the
mm,
actual sit down Chinese restaurants, they would give you complimentary tea. Complimentary, you could either choose from green or jasmine. I love my tea sweet, but the way that green tea tastes and jasmine tea tastes, it tastes so good that it's just like if you put sugar in it, it just destroys it. So I've had authentic green tea, so much so that I remember going to a Chinese restaurant, some other place, I forget where it was, and they didn't bring out complimentary tea. I'm like, what is your problem? Where's the tea at? You know, let's
Yeah,
see.
we went to it's called Jusco, Jusco or U. Anyway, it's like a mall, and it
Mhm.
was in Japan. And I walked in and there was this, like big, large kiosk, and they were making all these different teas. And I kind of walked by and looked, and little Japanese ladies, kind of waved us over. And I went over there, and you could kind of tell with their body language if I wanted to taste the
Mhm.
green tea. And I said, sure, because I'm in their culture. I didn't want to offend them. So I was like,
Right.
yeah, I'll try. I- Oh my gosh. She gave me this little cup, and I looked down at it and I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's just grass with hot water." And I was like, "Well, but it's tea, it should be good. I'm in
Mhm.
Japan, they're like capital world of tea." So I tasted it and I was like, "Oh my gosh, it actually tastes like grass, not water." I was like, "Oh my gosh." And the poor woman behind the counter looked at me and she kind of nodded her head like, "Yeah, you don't like it, do you?" I was like, "No, sorry." She
I
was so
get it.
sweet about it.
It's one of those things. It's not like the packaged green tea. That's it's not like that.
No,
But
it's
it
not.
does have this like they just went out in the backyard and plucked some tea leaves and stuck it in water. It's a very very fresh kind of flavor. But yes, it does in a way taste kind of like
so
grass.
you can tell that the game Assassin's Creed by Ubisoft is trash when it comes to the conversation being turned to talking about tea is much better than talking about the game.
At least that's authentically Japanese, right? We're talking about tea. Dylan
Yeah.
Soup says this Yasuke's finding was the second time a white guiltier slash woke dude did some nonsense of this scale. The first was the creator of the term Afrofuturism. Yeah, I looked up that dude. Apparently, he got fired from the Japanese university that he was employed at for this atrocity.
Uh-huh.
And I looked at his book, and there was nothing, no credible quotes or anything. And then, like I said, another Japanese YouTuber had actually pulled up the reference and was pointing it out. And it's just like what they're referring to, there's no independent verification of that.
Yeah.
Like, for example, when I'm doing family research, especially since I have ancestors who were in the Mayflower, I had to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt with like their Bible of references or whatever, it had to match up to that, or you wouldn't be considered at all. So anyone who does any kind of historical research knows that if you can't independently verify that by experts, it's just conjecture, which is exactly what it was. Hey, CJ says you get what you pay for in your DEI employees. And these people are just disgraceful. Compare this to Ghosts of Tsushima, which I haven't played yet. It's sitting on my PlayStation 4. And that was an American company that did that. And the Japanese were like in love with it. It's a gorgeous game. I need more time to play games. Kiss my grits. Ubisoft social media team. Aren't all Asians the same? Yeah.
Basically, that's
them, yeah.
yeah. That's how they see it. Apparently, that at least that's what they're giving off and stuff. Kiss my grits. Shout out to you.
Yeah, they do that. I remember this like old elderly Korean lady I was talking to, I think at the Y when I lived back in Philly, and she had mentioned something. She told me her name, and I said, "Oh, are you Korean?" She's just like, "How did you know?" I said, because of your name. Like her last name was Kim, and I said, if your name had like three separate ones, it's more than likely Chinese. If it's like Lee, Lee, more than likely Japanese. I said, and if you have a last name that sounds Spanish and you're Asian, probably you're Filipino. And if you've got a really, really, really long last name or family name, you're probably Laotian or something like that. And she's like, "Oh, you're Asians." I'm like, "Yeah, because I grew up around a lot of y'all." So there's a huge difference. Did Simu Liu cry for? Yeah, and he's so. The Chinese were so right. He is not that attractive. I know some attractive Chinese men, and he ain't it. I'm just saying gently. Anyway, let's see who else we got. If you use tapioca maltodextrin powder, you can turn liquid fats in the powder for plate garnish. Oh, okay. I just didn't like it. It just tasted blah. Hey, Thanatos Felicitas. Good to see you. Good to see you. And blind conservative woman, no, I do not find this rude or disrespectful. As a matter of fact, I would rather have you ask me questions like this so other people can learn. But why have we gotten to the point where some Black people feel that they have to say they invented and are responsible for everything? I usually find these people are self-absorbed narcissists.
Well, with exception of one. And that'd be Soulja Boy.
Soulja Boy.
Yeah, if you're familiar with like the Soulja Boy from like the past 6 or 7 years, he's I'm the first for this and I'm first for that. You think he's talking crazy? Couldn't find out it's actually true, but that's only specific to rap. But this whole DEI stuff and everything, like, well, they're not teaching this kind of stuff in schools and everything because the white man always got to keep they don't want to give credit to the Black person and everything. And I'm like, yo, like, what? But they'll say that right until you reveal to them like the truths and everything that Black people don't want you to know. I mean,
I've run into these people, and they don't, of course, they don't speak for all Black people, but somehow think that they do. And it's just like, Black people do not have to be in freaking everything. Okay, it's even worse when you get some of these white saviors who think that they're doing Black people a favor by putting Black people in stuff just to do it. We don't always need that. Okay, we really, really don't. And thanks for the question, blind conservative woman. That's That's a really good one. It's like Booker T. Washington said, you have a certain class of people who profit from racial strife. That's what these people usually do. They usually have some kind of book they're trying to pimp or something. I always kind of notice that with these folks.
I've always wondered if that particular quote actually got W.D.B. Du Bois actually live it against him and stuff, and they started beefing. But oh well, that's just another story for another day. Let's move
Yeah.
on.
That's actually very, very, very interesting. Hey, Amanda Pizzolato, good to see you. Good to see you. And I only know about Laos because of King of the Hill. LOL.
I'm right there with you. I'm be honest. I'm right there with you.
Khan Sapanagong. Khan is Khan Jr. The only reason that I know is because I lived like right outside of Philadelphia. So we had like a mixture of all kinds of people.
Mhm.
So with some people, until we knew they were Laotian, we're just like, okay, we know you're not Korean, you're not Japanese, you're not Chinese. Explain to, and you're not Filipino. Which one are you? You know. But it was cool. It's like, okay, we just need to know, so we don't insult people. Sir Poopa says a lot of Americans don't know they're Asian anything. Roddenberry thought Sulu was Japanese. Oh, the character? Jeez, it's like people do some research. Case in point, if I'm going out to eat, I know the difference between Chinese cuisine, and usually with Chinese, I prefer Szechuan over Cantonese or Mandarin. Japanese, that's delightfully predictable and in a good way. What I see is what I'm going to get. That's completely different. Thai food, which I'm addicted to like nobody's business, definitely different. So
I never had that Thai food.
Oh gosh,
it's
Thai
so
is it
good.
is addicting. Gosh.
Oh God, pad Thai,
Yeah, I
iced
like
tea.
I like the pad Thai Liu is the one they have out here. Oh my gosh. It's like
Have you
and
had
the
the
glass noodles,
green?
whatever they call that. It's
Yeah, the
freaking off
glass
the chain.
noodles. Have you ever had like
Yeah.
the green curry or my favorite, the tom kha gai? Oh, fish. Good stuff. It's good stuff. As a matter of fact, me and some friends would say, "Hey, let's go to the good food, bad service Thai restaurant because you know the food is so good." Well, thank you, Braylon. Thank you so very much. All right, so let's get on to this next topic. Coming from Screen Rant, Marlon Wayans says they plan to make White Chicks 2 after they wrap up Scary Movie 6. How
There's a
would I?
sixth one. I lost count somewhere.
I stopped after the second Scary Movie because it wasn't as funny
Yeah,
as
me
the
too.
first one. The first one was freaking hysterical. But the second one, I'm like, and they kept making more. It kept making more. It kept making
I did not know that.
more.
Jeez.
Yeah, you are not missing anything at all.
I watched all of them. So, well, except for the last one that they did because they didn't have Anna Faris in it and stuff. That was when they had that one woman from not the middle that one sitcom on ABC. I forgot the name of it. They also had Bow Wow in it too. I didn't really care for that one. But I mean, if they're gonna go ahead and do Scary Movie 6, then hey, make sure it's really funny, just as funnier than the first one and stuff. And if it's gonna do White Chicks and stuff, I mean, for me, White Chicks was okay, but make sure it's much funnier than that one though.
White Chicks is one of my favorite movies, and I did a watch party for it. I freaking loved White Chicks. Anytime somebody would say, "Oh, well, how come, there's no white face?" I said, "Yes, it is. You see the movie White Chicks? That's exactly what it freaking was. We even saw it in Coming to America, where Eddie Murphy, they had him so he looked Jewish, and you didn't even know it was him until they showed it in the credits.
Don't forget
That was
about
the
Vampire
movie.
in Brooklyn.
And that too. You know.
Oh, and Norbit, where he played like a also did a Chinese man.
Mm-hmm. He sure did. Yep. White Chicks was I have that on physical media. I freaking love that movie. I laughed my ass off with that darn movie, especially as some of the white chicks in that movie reminded me of some I went to college with. But that's a story for another time. Go and Shogi says time and place. The first white chicks came out at the perfect time. Now, not so much. Yeah, they are either going to have to go hard into the non-PC stuff like the first one, or don't do it at all.
Yep.
Because if they try to quote unquote wokeify white chicks too, that's gonna piss a lot of people off. It's not gonna be funny. You know, comedy is about equal offense to everybody. If you haven't offended everybody, you have not done your job as a comic. Yes, Dylan Soup, Terry Crews dance. That was so freaking funny. I love that one. Oh my gosh. It's like the perfect thing. So yeah. Heads up, stay tuned. As your girl is a fan of white chicks. If they make a white chicks 2, I will see it. And if it's crap, I will burn it to the ground. You know how I do. You know how I do. Hey, Thanatos Felicitas, they are no longer young and hungry. Yes, that is true. That is very true. I think when White Chicks came out, that was not too long after In Living Color ended. And they kind of had to go out and start doing their own thing because, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. That thing just had me laugh my ass off. All right. Well, next hot topic. This is our first look at Nicholas Galitzine. I'm probably saying that wrong. With the Sword of Power in the upcoming film Masters of the Universe. Have you two heard about this?
I have. And it's like they haven't learned the lesson about what happened with the one from the 80s and stuff, having it taken place on Earth.
Yeah, I don't get that. Who wants to see, as someone who watched a crap ton of He-Man and She-Ra, who wants to see it on Earth? Every episode I remember seeing, none of those suckers took place on Earth. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do not remember that.
I'm scared to see how they're going to do Skeletor.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah.
He'll be gay.
Mm-hmm. Or transgender. One or two.
Or
skinny skeleton looking fruity guy.
Yes.
Sorry.
Fabulous. You know, just no. I mean, though that could actually be funny, but these people don't know anything about fun. And Thanatos says they're covering up the fact that the Iron Cross will not be on He-Man's chest piece. What?
Yeah, we all knew that. I knew that was going to happen.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Yeah, well, in that case, y'all not really in tune to the whole streets and stuff and the stories like I am.
Now, I'd heard about live action. I'm like, I don't trust live action, so I kind of tuned out about it. And I think the only time I looked back, checked back in with it, when I heard about Jared Leto as Skeletor. I'm like, of all people, no.
Can't you just get Mark? Can't you just make it 3D and have Mark Hamill do the voice?
I mean, granted, I really don't care for Mark Hamill, but his Skeletor is on point. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same way. That's why I said it and stuff. And it's like, I mean, I love Jared Leto as an actor and everything, but I mean, I don't know. I just wait and see how he does with it and stuff, because I'll be honest, I like what he did with Morbius and all of that, but at the same time,
I did like that.
The problem with that movie was just the writing and everything, but never know about this one. But I mean, at the same time, it's like ever since I saw what they did with He-Man Masters in the Universe and stuff with Netflix, I ain't watched that series in a way. But when I saw how they had, He-Man, how they did him, including with the chess piece and stuff, I'm like, no, like no.
They basically want to do their own version of Thor. Yeah, I don't like the setting. The sword looks real low effort when I look at it. It's just like it looks like something y'all got from Party City. They probably did get it from Party City.
Does
I
it
don't
really
know.
look like
Just saying.
anything of the Soda Power and stuff from the animated series?
Mm-mm. I can't put my finger on it, but it's just something about it that does not. Because He-Man had a badass sword. Okay, so I don't. We'll see what happens, but I'm not really super impressed with the sword, and finding out the Iron Cross is not on his breastplate either.
Yeah. What studio got this is actually making this film?
MGM is, but you know
You mean
who
to tell me the
owns
MGM?
MGM? Amazon MGM Studios.
So you mean to tell me they can't get what's his face, Peter Jackson to do this and stuff?
Peter Jackson probably said, "I don't want anything to do with this dorm."
See,
Hey, this
Amazon.
major. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, dude.
I was just gonna say Amazon was just the wrong company to pick to have to do for this and stuff. They should have kept MGM and then had them join up again with New Line Cinema or even Warner Brothers and stuff like they did with the Hobbit, except do better writing and everything, and then at least make it like the sword look somewhat similar to Aylmer's sword and stuff from Lord of the Rings and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. The major has been a member for 33 months. Thank you so much. One of the OG members. So
I'm
seems
hearing
they
an echo.
still. Yeah, I am too. I don't know if it's me. I don't think it's me. We'll see. Let's see. So yeah, they still haven't read the memo. They haven't. And you know what? Huh. I was trying to find a picture of the sword that I liked, but can't find one. All right. I only saw one episode of Netflix He-Man. Bruh. I watched every episode of the quote unquote new animated He-Man series. The animation was on point. There was nothing wrong with that. I feel horrible for the people who animated it because they had to use crap material to deal with. There's stuff about Skeletor I did not need to freaking know. Didn't even know that. All right, next thing up, real quick. Colin Farrell is in no rush to do the Penguin season 2. I have no deep desire to do it. Have any of you watched the Penguin on
No,
HBO Max?
I haven't finished it. I got like 2 episodes in, and then I just got distracted.
I didn't.
It is really good. I was surprised. I'm not a DC person. I love Colin Farrell, but all of it was fire. We watched it for the channel members. We watched every episode, and it was amazing. As a matter of fact, I think it was so good. That's why Disney Plus is dropping a lot of Marvel shows that they had in the pipeline, because the Penguin was killing it in the Nielsen ratings.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, I actually thought about watching it, but it's like at the same time, like closer to when I'm making the decisions to watch it, it's like the more I think that it's just nothing more than just another cash grab where they're gonna have a show or movie feature that's with the villain and stuff as the main character, and it's like I'm used to seeing Penguin fighting against Batman. And I understand that this is like an earlier origin story of the Penguin and stuff about how he got his rise to power and everything, but like okay, like honestly, there's only a tad bits and pieces of it, and also this is connected to the Matt Reeves universe of Batman and stuff. I
True.
didn't really care about the Batman and stuff with Robert Pattinson in it, 3 hours long movie and all of that.
Mhm.
Of course, my wife fell asleep to it when we saw it in the movie theaters together, and like I just know it, nah. But it's like if it's good and stuff, then hey, that's great. You know, it shows like a lot of people are enjoying it and stuff. But at the same time, I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying
Mhm.
that it's it sucks because I've never seen it and I'm not planning. I don't have any intentions to watch it because if there's no Batman in there, then there's no need for me to watch it. And also, James Gunn, who's the co-head of DC studios and all of that. I
Mhm.
mean, for him, he says this is Elseworlds and stuff. But
I
I
have no
mean,
idea what that is.
it's like basically Elseworlds is just stuff that's DC, but it's not the DC that he's creating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, I'm not big into DC. I'm a Marvel girl. But on technical execution, story development, the series was fire. I was pleasantly surprised because I thought it was going to be trash. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, I can't I was like, I can't see anything really to nitpick about it. But I agree with Colin Farrell on this. There's no rush to do a Penguin season 2, and he smashed it as a Penguin. So the whole thing was so good. I'm good with this. As a matter of fact, I feel relieved to hear this because how many shows have we seen where they have one season and before the season is over, they're announcing a second season of it? You know, like the Acolyte or my favorite, which again, an example of a show that I am not interested in, but when it comes to writing, when it comes to the technical execution, it looks better than anything Lucasfilm has done. I just don't care to see it because I mean, you know, we all know dude dies in the end, but everything else is on point, and they actually have a showrunner that cares about continuity. But Andor season 2 will release 3 episodes each week starting on April 22nd. The season spans 4 years with a year passing after every 3 episodes. I have
Golly.
never heard of 3 episodes a week dropping.
I think they're doing this as a test run and stuff for future shows and stuff.
I think they're trying to grab as much of the audience as they can.
Yeah, they're trying to do this as a test run and do just that, so that way that Bob Iger can go ahead and show how successful this stuff on Disney and Disney Plus is, and it's like they're using this as like a test run and stuff.
Yeah, because this show, no one pretty much cared really about it. I mean, some people they were like, "Yeah, we got to see it. It's great, whatever." Like Abu Nas loves it. I'm just like, I'm not freaking interested because I kept falling asleep.
Dang.
First down 2 episodes, I'm just like, it shouldn't take you 3 episodes to get to the point of why
Yeah.
we should keep watching. That just doesn't work. Erica, have you seen Andor at all?
No, I haven't.
You ain't missing nothing.
I'm kind of gathering that.
You are missing a daggone thing. It's just like, I'll skip this party. I don't need
I,
to. I don't need to
I
be here.
watched the trailer to it. Just trying to remember it. The woman that he was walking with, isn't that the same woman that was in Rogue One, or am I wrong?
I fell asleep on Rogue One, so I couldn't tell you.
I mean, I liked Rogue One and stuff, and it's like a little darker than I thought. But Andor, I mean, if it's good, then that's excellent. But it's not to me interesting and stuff because, like Marina says, we all really know what happened to the old dude and everything. And then Forrest Whitaker, he's also going to die.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I kind of see this like back in the day, I used to watch soap operas. It was the soap operas that I always had to be there to watch, and the ones that looked okay, but I just really didn't care. You know, I didn't really care about them.
Sounds like you liked All My Children, but didn't really care about Passions.
Passions was funny from like It's So Bad, It's Good. But I was and I still am, Young and the Restless viewer. So it's like Young and the Restless and the Bold and the Beautiful, but I could care less about All My Children or General Hospital. Just like
Yeah.
no. I was like, no, I just didn't care. I think after As the World Turns, I would just turn the channel on because there's nothing else I really wanted to watch. But yeah, that's kind of the thing. But speaking of Star Wars, and we have kept hearing this rumor for I don't know how long about Kathleen Kennedy. But the difference this time is that the Hollywood press, the Hollywood trades press, has picked this up. So this is from the Hollywood Reporter, from their Heat Vision blog. Disney Star Wars succession problem. Who will replace Kathleen Kennedy? Favreau, Filoni, Feige. Here's what insiders are saying about who will and who should become Disney's new Star Wars emperor. There is no credible alternative.
Okay. Any insider out there who is saying that Kevin Feige should replace Kathleen Kennedy are idiots. And I'm the type of person who don't even call or say anybody is an idiot and everything. But if you're actually thinking that Kevin Feige is one to go and replace Kathleen Kennedy while he's still running things at Marvel Studios, at least run them into the ground, then you need to go ahead and just shut up and then just go home and take a pill and stuff and then go to sleep. But as far as either Jon Favreau or Dave Filoni is concerned, and I made videos talking about Kathleen Kennedy on my channel and stuff. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like I've always said that they're going to have Dave Filoni lined up to take Kathleen Kennedy's spot. Why? Because he's the chief creative officer there. So for him, that's like another upper level promotion and stuff. But my thing is, the fans, if you're going to at least want to bring at least some of the OG Star Wars fans back into the fandom menace itself, you're going to have to go with Dave Filoni. Not Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, I mean. Okay? I would want Jon Favreau, to be honest with you, because he knows the lore and stuff. Going based on what George Lucas has created and everything. Dave Filoni, he just want to go ahead and put his own spin into it, his own stuff into it. I mean, God bless for Clone Wars and everything, but it was okay, but it won't it. It wasn't something memorable for me to watch. And if y'all don't believe me, y'all might as well go ahead and rewatch Ahsoka, and then to go and come back and tell me about it.
Oh Lord, please no cartwheels in space. Oh my gosh, it's just I can't. Gosh, I cannot.
Go with someone who actually has some excellent experience in making films and stuff. Go with the guy who made Elf.
Yep,
that makes too much sense.
I know, right? And I think Jon Favreau is just so disillusioned because the first season of Mandalorian, I actually liked that. That was good. The second season, it's like Kathleen Kennedy got her hands really into it, and the first part of the season was ass. And I was literally going to tap out of watching that. But they put the wheels back on the bus and had a wobbly landing, although they stuck it. The third season, no. But if you go back, if you have Disney Plus, and they have the behind the scenes about the Mandalorian, Jon Favreau is sitting at the table and he's talking about how much he loves the Star Wars lore. And then you had oh my gosh,
Kathleen Kennedy cutting him off.
Kathleen Kennedy cut him off, but before she did, Rick Famuyiwa, I think, he was talking about how his dad took him to see Star Wars when it first came out. And all of the other directors, Bryce Dallas Howard, they're all talking about how much they love leaning into the Star Wars lore. And then Kathleen Kennedy starts speaking, and everybody's looking kind of like, Heather, will you shut up?
Yeah.
No one, you can feel the energy just get sucked out of it. So poor Favreau, I think he's just had it. Filoni, he wants it. Case in point, Ahsoka. And as for Feige, he got his own problems, which we're gonna talk about in a little bit, because he got called out by Rob Liefeld, actually.
Oh yeah,
creator Deadpool. So he threw some serious shade on him. Erica, any last thoughts? You guys?
No, I don't really keep up a whole lot with Star Wars. But I like hearing you guys talk about it. I like hearing the banter.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna say this right now. I watched the whole season of Skeleton Crew and everything. I thought it was okay, but at the same time, Dave Filoni should have just stepped away from it and just let Jon Favreau oversee it. I mean, I'm different from what a lot of y'all feel about it. Like, I kind of like the 80s nostalgia, sort of nostalgia for
I
kids.
didn't watch it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it was okay. It was actually better than season 3 of The Mandalorian. People said it was better than the Acolyte, but at the same time, thanks to Kathleen Kennedy and the Acolyte and everything, I mean, people checked out and stuff, but wasn't really interested in watching it and stuff. But yeah, you know what? But other than that, it's like it's sad. But at the same time, this is what you get when you alienate the fans all the time and stuff with different stuff that didn't even work. And instead of just sticking to the original formula that you lied about, saying that you're going to stick to what's true to George Lucas and everything, you decided to go ahead and get that whole DEI money. Wink, wink.
Nudge, nudge. Yeah, I never thought there would be a time when I did not care about Star Wars. Yeah, she actually managed to kill it. Well, speaking of killing it, Hughes, I know we have to say goodbye to you, my dear. Thanks for being here, and please let people know where they can find you.
You can find me right here because I'm gonna stay a little longer.
Okay. All right. Next thing. 84 of you folks here watching. Thank you so very much. We got to talk about this. We have got to talk about this. Because yesterday, or I should say last night, I started seeing the Axis powers of the Hollywood trades press come together, aka the Hollywood Reporter, Deadline, and Variety, all parroting the same thing. Coming from Bounding into Comics, Snow White star Rachel Zegler does a complete 180, now says backlash against her casting was the result of fan passion rather than misogyny. What an honor to be able to be part of something that people are so passionate about.
Gosh, I don't even know where to start with that one. Golly.
I'll let you kick it off, Erica. What do you think when you see this title?
I have no words because the sheer stupidity that just comes out of her mouth. Passion? I'm sorry. Whatever happened to just being blunt, you ruined it, woman. I mean, you opened your mouth, you put your foot in your mouth, you got called out. It's not passionate. It's passion. Your ass just got called out.
Completely and repeatedly. And she pretty much clapped back at us as like a bunch of misogynists and I'm going to do what I want to do. And not to mention that cringe video that she put on Instagram.
I don't don't know what's worse, the her old statement or this one. One's just as bad as the other.
But like I believe that Disney had a come to Jesus meeting with her. I'll just say Disney PR. It's like, look, you need to straighten up and fly right because this film already cost us a bunch of money. We've had you mouthing off in the press and on social media. So you need to do something to fix this. So swallow your pride and basically read what we tell you. So apparently this interview came from Vogue Mexico, I believe. Yes, Vogue Mexico. So here we go. Zegler offered her new read of events while speaking with Vogue Mexico's Fernanda Perez Sanchez for their upcoming March 2025 issue. The interview ostensibly arranged in service of promoting Disney's upcoming remake, aka they called Vogue. Vogue got in touch with their Mexico office and they're like, look, you need to fix this. So we're going to give you this this interview in this high profile magazine, because Vogue used to be Style magazine. And it's just a PR tour. So asked by her host as to what exactly she hopes audiences to really perceive about her live action take on the animated classic, Zegler asserted it's really important for audiences to know that Disney has found this beautiful, delicate balance between taking the animated classic that everyone knows from 1937 and at the same time introducing it to this new generation. I call bovine excrement on this. Because didn't she talk about how weird it was in the 1937 version that the prince was a stalker? Y'all remember that? I didn't just make that up, right?
A second.
Oh, Hughes, I can't hear you. I think he muted himself by accident. I think he did by accident.
I had to grab my headset, so I missed a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yes,
There we can hear you.
Loud and clear now.
Yeah, it's my interface. I turned it down a bit because I was trying to be too loud. But I mean, look at Rachel Zegler, just trying to simply spin her way out of all of this mess. Now, she's gone from trashing the classic Snow White story, calling it dated, and basically spitting on the prince, to now pretending that the backlash is just fan passion. I mean, this is not about passion. It's about her and Disney stomping all over our beloved tale that's been around since 1937. Basically, a story that's got heart, tradition, and values that people still hold close to them. And she didn't just tweak it. She just tried to gut it, acting like she's above the very thing that made Snow White timeless. And now she's acting all honored to be a part of it. That sounds like big damage control to me, and she spent years trying to mouth off about how the original was some kind of, as you all said, it's some kind of relic, and folks, especially us who appreciate a little respect for the history, weren't having it. You see, the pushback wasn't just, it wasn't misogyny at all. And it sure wasn't about her being a Latina. It was about her attitude and sense of entitlement. Plain and simple. You don't get to trash a classic and alienate the fans and then play the humble card whenever the trailers tank and the boycott talk starts heating up. And this has been on this whole woke bender for years now. And Zegler's their poster child, who's arrogant, out of touch, and clueless about why people love these stories in the first place. Now, passion. Sure, the fans are passionate about, not letting some woke Hollywood newbie rewrite their childhood with a smirk. Good luck at the box office, Rachel. You're gonna need it.
Yeah, and I'm glad Paulie is in the audience. He said, I read the full article from Mexico this morning. Interesting stuff. I'll ask, as this was translated, is there something that did not translate well? That would be my first question, because some things do not translate well in in English from Spanish. So that's just a question that I'm just that I'm asking by someone who can speak Spanish way better than I am. So let's see. She says here her superpower is her heart. And there's no superpower, no supernatural power that Snow White possesses beyond her love for humanity, for all living creatures, and her fundamental belief that there is goodness in everything, said the actress. That's something I really think the world could use more of. You're not telling us anything new here. Those of us, especially your girl, who's watched that 1937 cartoon over and over and over again, have been in attractions like Snow White's Scary Adventures. We all know that's her thing. Snow White has a big heart to a fault. She made the mistake of trusting an old hag with an apple. Okay, she was too trusting. But the fact that she says, I think that's something I think the world could really use more of, that flies in the face of how she's talked at us in the past, at fans. And not just those of us who are on YouTube, but just think about the people who have loved that film for what it is for so long. There's a reason why that film is the epitome of Disney animation, why it is.
She gave such a PR new age answer and stuff. And for those, and when I say new age, I'm talking about the new age movement and stuff. They make great music. Just the train of thought is all messed up. And Rachel Zegler seems to be the prime example of.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So let's see. Let's go down here. From there, Zegler was pressed for her current thoughts on the aforementioned backlash to her casting, to which she declared, I interpret people's feelings about this film as passion for it, and what an honor to be part of something that people are so passionate about. Okay. I keep hearing her say weird. Everything. She seemed like this was beneath her in a way. There's no prince who's going to save her, and putting a modern take on it. It did at first. She did not have a very how would we say, a tone that was more palatable or receptive. She didn't seem really grateful. She didn't seem like this is an opportunity I get to portray an iconic character in Disney lore, and I hope people like it when we're done. And that's not what we got. And here she says, we're not always going to have the same feelings as everyone around us, and all we can do is give our best, she added. And Bounding into Comics adds here, as noted above, Zegler's response to Sanchez stands in stark contrast to her previous opinion that any and all negative feelings toward her casting were rooted not in a desire for artistic integrity or an exhaustion with performative representation, but rather critics shared disdain for women, which has led them to misinterpret her words. Erica, you're a woman.
No.
I don't think I'm misgendering you, right?
No, no, she doesn't know her ass from her elbow. Is it just me? I mean, damn.
Yeah.
Just put a sock in your mouth and just shut up. Just no. Every time she opens her mouth, it's just dumb and dumber.
Kind of like that Screen Actors Guild protests and everything when they were on strike and stuff, saying that she deserves to get paid every time she wears the dress and stuff.
Yeah, there's no humility with her. She's not thankful or grateful. She just acts like she's entitled.
Oh, most definitely, because it's like, yeah, when it comes to like this big role and everything, she's going to go ahead and they basically knew exactly what they were doing. They wanted to cast her not only by her race and everything, but also by how she is and stuff when it comes to like politically, for example. And they didn't think that she'll be a little too extremely political and stuff, especially what she posted on X before and stuff that sent a lot of they brought on a huge debate and everything on social media. But the fact of the matter is that they basically this project is just a waste of money. Bob Iger doesn't care. He believes that he's able to have this company to convince people to go and see it, but he forgets one thing: who the customers are. And who are the customers? The parents. And the parents saw right through it that they're the ones that have been insulted by, Richard Zegler called them every Istanphobe in the book, and then have also doing that cringy interview with Holly Bailey and stuff. And this is what you get. This is the consequences to your actions. Writing a check, use your mouth to write a check that your behind can't catch and stuff. And now you even though you got paid and everything, you're not going to have any other work or find any other work in Hollywood. You might as well stick to theater and stuff, because this ain't what you want.
Well, I will say, and I'll add to this to close this topic out. I was one of those people when she was first announced. I saw a lot of folks doing a lot of hand wringing, saying, "Oh, this is a race swap," and blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, number one, Latino is not a race; that is an ethnicity. So let's be intellectually honest here. Number two, her father is Polish. So while it's like, she doesn't really look pale enough to be Snow White. Okay, she's got Polish heritage. All right, I'll let that slide. But as soon as she opened her mouth and started clapping back at people and just being really ungrateful and just such a prima donna, I'm like, okay, that just went, any goodwill that I had for you went out the window when that happened.
Yeah.
So, man, Disney is going to take a bath, and not in a good way, a bath in a lot of red when this film comes out next month. I mean, hang on, folks, because a PR tour is just getting started.
Isn't this like the third or fourth PR tour they did for the movie in like the past few years?
For Snow White, or
yeah.
No, I know for all their films, they will have a PR tour. Halle Bailey did the same thing. They did the same thing for this movie that we're going to talk about. You notice it seemed that Anthony Mackie was all over the world talking about this movie. So that's what Disney does. They'll put them on the PR tour to get them started. But before we get into this topic here, first of all, thank you, 87 of you guys here in between X and YouTube. So please do hit that like button or heart that live stream post over on X. So appreciate it. Aldo's Journal is here. Hello, my dear. Says, Lorena, your hair looks really nice. Well, thank you. Thank you. So glad you're here. Glad you like my hair. Thank you. Thank you. And Dakota says, hello, everyone. Hope you are all having a great night. Well, we sure are, especially since you and all you guys are in here watching the show. So do appreciate it. Appreciate it so very much. Oh, Lord. Just first of all, if you are surprised at this drop, you have not been paying attention, or I don't know, whatever the heck it is that you're smoking. I have no idea. But From That Park Place, written by Marvin Montanaro. Sorry, I keep getting this. I'm sorry, Marvin. I'm so sorry. From our folks over there at the Park Place. That Park Place, Captain America, Brave New World, suffers devastating 71.8% drop in second weekend as media tries for the usual spin. Let's call it 72% drop the second week.
Yep.
Are y'all surprised with this?
Nope, not at all.
It's huge. Did you see the film? I can't remember if you did.
Heck no, I ain't see this film. I'm not gonna see this. I'm not gonna see the film either.
Shoot, man. Yeah, I did fall on that grenade. I did fall on that grenade for y'all because two reasons. One, can't call me racist for talking about this film. You know I love it when y'all try so some of y'all try to come at me with that. I'm like, no. You can't call me racist about that. And two, supposedly I'm part of the demographic that this movie is aimed at. And
Me too.
No, it is a below average movie at best, but it is definitely the worst, most mediocre Marvel film that I am talking about. And I mean, at least I got some laughs out of the Marvels. I mean, I'll say that, but
someone leaked the fight scene between Red Hawk and Sam Wilson online on
saw
YouTube
that.
and stuff. Yo, I'm like, that's it. That's really the big big finale ending.
That was it.
Yo,
that was it.
Mean, I'm be honest with you. This is just another woke Hollywood disaster, crashing and burning at the box office. Captain America: Brave New World. That movie took a 71.8, if not 82% drop in the second weekend. Not surprised one bit. You got a film that's supposed to honor the red, white, and blue hero, but instead it's bogged down with all the usual leftist nonsense, or so I heard that it's not. Just pandering, forced diversity, and a budget so bloated from reshoots it could fund a small country. Now the numbers don't lie. $141 million domestic, $289 million worldwide, against a rumored $350 million plus price tag. That's not a blockbuster. That's just, as they call it, a cautionary tale. And a lot of people grew up loving Captain America because he stood for something like freedom, grit, masculinity, and the American way. But this right here, Verena, feels like a lecture from some coastal elite who never stepped a foot in the flyover country. The fans aren't even buying it, and none of us here are. Okay, B minus what it was, cinema score, lowest in MCU history, right? And Marvel used to churn out all the hits because they respected the source material, or so we thought. Now they're just busy checking on all the boxes to tell a good story. And don't even get me started on the media spin, with Variety trying to soft pedal a 68% drop like it's not a big deal. This is not about lack of competition. Keeping it at number one, it's about people walking away after one look. Compare this to Guardians of Galaxy Volume 3 with a 74% drop night and day. The MCU's in a free fall, and if they don't ditch this whole woke mess and everything, they're gonna keep basically hemorrhaging cash and credibility. Okay, like they say, go woke, go broke. Simple as that. And it's time to let Captain America be a hero again, not a mouthpiece. Okay, and also it's interesting about the fact of the matter is, ever since I saw it in the comics and stuff, I asked the same question: why in the world are they going to go a route with a guy that doesn't have any powers? He just has like a bunch of gadgets. It's like he's playing a poor, worn-out ex-military Batman Bruce Wayne without the billions of dollars.
This film is a slap in the face to every Marvel fan. I'm gonna get back to that in a little bit, but let's see. Captain America: Brave New World has taken a steep fall in its second weekend with a massive 71.8% decline at the domestic box office. The Anthony Mackie-led superhero film pulled in just $28.2 million from Friday through Sunday, according to Box Office Mojo. A sharp contrast to its $100 million 5-day double holiday opening weekend. The significant drop is raising serious concerns about the film's staying power and the MCU's continued struggles at the box office. Let me say something about that 100 million 5. Okay, not 4-day weekend. Okay, they had to stretch it out to 5 days. All right. They were handing out coupons to basically go and see the film for free. One, it's a Disney film. Two, I don't know if you folks were aware about it, but apparently Anthony Mackie made a surprise appearance down at Disney Springs for a showing of this monstrosity, or I should say atrocity. Yeah. And the whole theater, someone told me, was basically packed with the cast members. So you're not going to get a true fan reaction from that. And they did it basically, so they could put it on social media. Isn't it great that, Anthony Mackie is here? And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. But the film is lousy. It is absolutely lousy. It pisses me off that Feige thought that for some reason we would buy Sam Wilson as Captain America when he does not have the super soldier serum.
I can say something about that actually, because he's trying to put it out there for the normies and stuff, people who are not familiar with the comics and stuff, whether it be the Steve Rogers Captain America or Sam Wilson as Falcon and all of that. He wants to go out for the normies and everything. Basically, it seemed like he was trying to hope for like somewhat of like a similar situation with Black Panther, but it's like a little more condensed with the like small amount of people and stuff. But yeah, it's like he's also hoping for people who enjoyed Falcon and the Winter Soldier series on Disney Plus and stuff, which was also another atrocity. But at the same time, I mean, $350 million, and they're pushing it as if it was like a budget of $100 million and stuff. That's pure and sheer desperation right there.
But I also add too, I know Hughes, you said that Feige was making it for the normies. The normies have checked out. At baseline knowledge, normies know Captain America is Steve Rogers. So who the heck is this dude? And he doesn't have the super serum. And to also prove about these reshoots, there's a scene in this movie, all right, where Bucky shows up. And they basically have the conversation to address the point that a lot of fans like myself have said he should have taken the super serum, number one. But even without that, beside the point, Bucky is the one who should have got that shield, not him. And they have Bucky basically being the, white savior, so to speak. I don't like that because Bucky was fine the way he was. Saying, you know what? It's not about the serum. Your superpower is your humanity. And that's why Steve gave you the shield. I'm like, oh, no. Hell to the no. Go back to the first Captain America film. Why did Steve Rogers get the super serum? Do y'all remember from the movie why he was picked to take the super serum?
Can I say? Hey,
please do.
Thank you. Okay, he was puny. Okay, puny, but he had a lot of courage and stuff. But courage is not something that's going to actually destroy not only the Yahtzees, but even the Hydra and stuff. Okay. Now they knew exactly what they were getting themselves into. That's why they needed somebody that's a super soldier. Sam Wilson, I mean, he wasn't a soldier. He was he was in the Air Force, I believe. He was in the military, but at the same time, he was like super heroic and stuff with super strength and speed and all of that. But he somewhat have courage, but not the Steve Rogers level of courage. Heck, he doesn't even have the Bucky level of courage and stuff. Okay, and it's like they actually had him to go up against people, and I heard this from people saying this, that he going up against people who had the serum in them and everything. If he didn't have the wings, he's nothing. If he didn't have the devices, he is nothing. Okay. As you all know, Tony Stark had better devices than the way he had and everything. He created several different suits and stuff. Shoot, Rhodey would have made a better Captain America than him.
Oh my gosh.
I said it.
I mean, that
Fight me.
scene in the first Captain America movie where I forget which dude it was. I think it was a drill sergeant. He pulls the pin on the grenade. He throws a grenade.
Yeah,
And
Tommy Jones.
yeah, he throws a grenade and the recruits are looking at him like, what the heck is this? And Steve Rogers falls on it and is telling his, get away from it. He was willing to do that as scrawny as he was.
He was willing to die.
He was willing to die.
Sacrifice himself with others. That's a true soldier right there.
Exactly. Amanda said, because the Sarah made good men great, but bad men worse, aka for his heart. I mean, they were right. There will never be another Steve Rogers, and that makes all the difference.
If they were to bring back Steve Rogers, I say there should be a replacement for Chris Evans and stuff, because I guarantee there's other actors out there who can do a better job than him.
Although I did like him in Deadpool and Wolverine. I'll say that much.
Oh, as Johnny Blaze.
Yes. I loved him as Johnny Blaze. So that was so funny. But yeah, this decline is particularly alarming considering that the film made more on its opening day, and that was on purpose, than it did over the entire second weekend, making this weekend's result a clear reflection of a waning audience interest and poor word of mouth. In fact, the film's Friday to Friday drop was a staggering 82.4%, indicating a significant rejection by moviegoers after the initial holiday rush. Yeah, word was going to get out. People who fall on the grenade, like me and some others, we go and see it. People aren't looking to Disney or the Hollywood press for reviews. They're going to YouTube. They're going to TikTok, finding out what people who spent their money think of this film. And they have friends who would say, you know what, should I go see this? I was just like, no. Every theater I was in, the theater I saw this movie in, it only had like 6 people in it.
Dang. Wait, was that premium or like just a regular showing?
I went to a regular showing.
Dang. Wait, was this at night, day, morning?
This was on preview day. In the afternoon, but I checked because you know how on the app you can, well, at least a Regal app, you can check and see how full certain showings are.
Yeah.
Nobody. You could sneak into that movie and nobody would freaking care. I mean, contrast that to Five Nights at Freddy's, where I barely got a ticket, I think like 3 weeks before the film came out. And it was packed full of people, like Super Mario Brothers movie, the new one. Okay.
Yeah.
You had whole families paying to see it in 3D. And repeatedly people going to see that movie. I mean, case in point, you got Dog Man. People still going to see that darn movie. It's already made it's the shooting cost plus marketing, it's already made the money back, and people go there. They're going repeatedly to see that film. This is an absolute freaking disgrace, but Hollywood's trying to tell you that no, it's doing fine. No, it is not doing
at
fine
all.
And there used to be a time where Marvel would print money when these movies would come out. But go back, compare this movie, for those of you, unfortunately, who watched it, and then go back and watch the first Captain America movie.
It's also because one person made it. It's a difference between one person made a difference between the good Marvel and the Marvel we have today, and that's Ike Perlmutter. In case y'all forgot about him.
Yep.
Last time I saw him, he was at the inauguration and stuff for President Trump.
That's exactly right. And they pushed him out because he actually had the nerve to question if an all-female superhero movie was going to make money. It's a logical question.
Guarantee you that Feige whined to Bob Iger about it. Next thing you know, Iger went on ahead and had Perlmutter fired and stuff for that particular reason.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
that way they can go ahead and get Mr. Sam Wilson to go ahead and be Captain America.
oh my gosh. Every time he tried to throw this shield, I'm like, dude, you suck. I just no. I'm like, I'm not believing that. Oh, and the last thing that really pissed me off about this film at the end, okay. Do you know what made the Red Hulk transform back into his regular self?
No.
They had this fight around these really bad CGI created cherry blossom trees. Apparently, his dream was he wanted to reunite with his daughter and have them walk, amongst the cherry blossoms and everything. Well, the cherry blossom petals fall and they land into the Red Hulk's hand. And then he starts to cry. And then he turns back into General Ross and he's all saddened and upset. And I'm just like, what kind of feminine energy crap is this? I don't come to superhero movies to see that.
I can kind of see that. I mean, it's not comic book accurate, but I can kind of see it. But if they were going to go to that angle, at least try it in an angle that's much better than that. At least, or do go beyond that. At least have Betty Ross to come back and stuff. Have Elizabeth Ross come back and stuff. At least with Ty. Huh?
Yeah, she did. She did in the end. She came to visit her pop in jail.
Who they have playing Betty Ross?
Liv Tyler.
If you wearing headphones right now, or AirPods or earbuds right now, take them off right now. That's my warning. First and final warning. My wife's listening also behind me. Babe, please forgive me for doing this. Oh, you freaking kidding me! Feige needs to go!
He does. It's interesting that you should say that because Rob Liefeld feels the same freaking way. Coming to us from Deadline, Deadpool creator calls for Marvel's Kevin Feige to get off the mound after Captain America Brave New World's box office crash. He spit.
Forgive me for this is your show, Verena, but I gotta get this out of my system right quick. Frick. They brought back Liv Tyler, okay?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And he was in prison.
Yes. Yes. The floating prison in the middle of nowhere. Yes. Yes.
They all need to go. Kevin Feige, Anthony Mackie, they even had Tim Blake Nelson in it to play Mr. Blue as it is in the Incredible Hulk now as the leader and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also leaked on YouTube the post-credit scene and stuff.
It was ass. Yes. Yeah.
Come on.
That's what they did. The worst post-credit scene. I felt so bad for Liv Tyler.
You know what? I guarantee you as to why they got what's his face to be Bruce Banner and stuff in the Hulk cheaper, more controllable politically. But yeah, Edward Norton is like he wasn't gonna have any of that. But gonna bring back Liv Tyler and stuff to a mediocre now I'm not even mediocre as y'all tell me. It plain sucked. I was actually thinking about going to the movie, see this movie just to like be judgmental to it and criticize it. No, I don't even want to. I got a free membership for seeing a movie and everything for free. I don't even want to waste my time seeing this. Okay.
Don't.
And the fact that they did this to bring back Liv Tyler and all that and not even have.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go.
Yes,
I gotta go. 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 I gotta go.
I kid you not. I saw that post-credit scene and I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me.
Did they at least show how the leader looked in the movie?
They showed what he looked like, and I actually liked that character. I actually did. He was one of the best things about the film itself. But man, that end credit scene was ass. It just was. It didn't do anything to make you say, "Oh man, that end credit scene was all that." Like the moment. No.
So, but I guarantee you they're gonna save plans and stuff to bring Red Hawk into Doomsday and stuff. And yo, they actually thought this stuff was gonna work.
Yeah, they did. They tried to.
Let me guess. Betty Ross is remarried with children, huh?
Oh well,
married with children, huh?
I didn't see that. They just brought her. They just brought her in there.
I thought they might have had her wearing a wedding ring or something.
This was just a scene that it was not worth its time, and it looked like it's something that they cobbled together at the last minute to say that they did something. The end of Venom, Let There Be Carnage, that end credit scene was funnier.
Yeah.
Then
DJ Knight, yes, I have a lot of issues and stuff. I don't care if you say that about me. I admit it. I have issues with a lot of stuff, including the MCU and stuff.
Yep, a lot of us do. But to wrap this up, okay, so Rob Liefeld got in here and put some shots out, and he put it on X, which you got to follow him if he's on X. He says, with regards to this box office drop, this is beyond a trend. It's become the norm, Leifeld said. If this was sports, Feige would be removed. Marvel's brand is like Dodgers, Lakers, Yankees, Celtics coaches that win championships are removed a year later when the results are disappointing. In another X post, he added, 8 movies crash over the last 3 years. Don't we want meta rubies? You get the curiosity crowd and then plunge. And that's exactly what happened with this movie. You know, you have the people who want to see if they want to see if this is actually, they want to see the explosion. They don't know we should go past a traffic accident, but we got to slow down and watch. But once word gets out about it, it's like, no, I don't freaking care about it. So first of all, Liefeld has a serious bone to pick with Disney because he was snubbed at the Deadpool and Wolverine premiere. And Deadpool and Wolverine made a crap ton of money, because they didn't forget who the fans were. And I enjoyed the heck out of that darn movie. That's why it printed money. I was in a theater that was completely packed, except for the extreme front row, because nobody wants to look up at that. It was packed, and people were laughing. The opening scene, people were laughing so hard they were just wheezing, and it was it was perfect. But yeah, Marvel not doing good. Thunderbolts looked a lot more interesting than this Captain America movie, so it may actually do good, because I think Marvel was so hyper focused on this Captain America movie that they kind of just let the Thunderbolts, do whatever.
I might see the Thunderbolts, but I'm a little iffy on it after what they did with Taskmaster and
I didn't like Taskmaster.
I mean, they just swapped it and gender swapping and all of that. But I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'll be honest. Rob Liefeld got a point, and it's about time someone actually said it out loud. Now, the guy who gave us Deadpool, character that's been carrying Marvel's box office on his blood-soaked shoulders, pun intended, is called not Kevin Feige, and I'm here for it. Now, Captain America 4 tanking like 68% in its second week. That's not just a stumble. That's a face plant, okay? Nearly $300 million worldwide. Sounds nice, but let's not pretend it's anywhere near the MCU's glory days, okay? Now, Liefeld's right to raise the alarm. Feige's golden touch is slipping, and Marvel's starting to look like a tired franchise coasting on fumes. Look, Feige's had a good run, sort of. $31 billion doesn't lie, but the man is not untouchable. The Marvels, disaster. Quantumania, a mess.
Lord,
even with Guardians 3 and Deadpool and Wolverine pulling some of the weight and stuff, the cracks are showing. Okay, Liefeld is not wrong to say the guy's got to go if he can't keep the train on the tracks. And let's talk about, the disrespect. Marvel stiffed Rob at the Deadpool and Wolverine premiere, as Lorena mentioned, a movie that raked in over $1 billion thanks to his creation. That's a slap in the face right there to a guy who actually helped build this empire. Now, maybe it's the woke nonsense that Marvel keeps shoving down our throats and stuff that's tanking these films. But Liefeld is not saying it, but plenty of us are actually thinking it. And Kevin Feige's been asleep at the wheel, letting the storytelling rot while chasing trends. Now, Rob's not just, some whiny has-been. He's the creator with skin in the game, and he's actually calling for accountability like the rest of us are. It's time for Marvel to listen up, bench Feige, get back to the basics, and give us, and what people like Liefeld, the respect that they've earned. The MCU's bleeding, and Rob's the one with the guts to say that the king's got no clothes.
And that's it right there for sure. James Hopkins says, unless they give Star Wars back to Lucas for free, they might be able to save it, but would he even take it back?
I mean, I wish he could, but he's too old.
No, he don't. No, nah, I don't think he wants to. He wants to be bothered, but it's not his Star Wars anymore, and it's like, that's what happens when you sell your baby. Disney owns it. And frankly, Disney is so diabolical. They would rather burn Star Wars down than sell it or give it away to anyone. They're just they are just like that. So folks, this has been an awesome show. Oh, I'm sorry. Erica, did you say something?
I was just agreeing with you with Disney. They'd rather burn it to the ground than do the right thing and give it to somebody who actually cares for the sake of the fans.
Mm-hmm. It's like those Lifetime movies you see. If I can't have you, nobody can have you. That's Disney.
hey. The just like Disney, the 90s, the Lifetime movies in the 90s were much better than what they have now. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
It's true.
That's true. CJ says, let's not pretend like Liefeld hasn't been playing ball this time and only decided to talk back because of how Marvel recently treated him. I believe that, if you want to be in Hollywood, you got to play the Hollywood game. And Hollywood tends to forget when you screw people over, all it takes is for them to just have enough, and then they just torch you on the way out. But speaking of the way out, we're going to wrap this show up. You guys have been absolutely fabulous. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Let's give our outros, let people know where they can find us. Hughes, where can people find you and what do you have going up, my dear?
Oh, y'all can find me on Views with Hughes, Culture and News on YouTube and everything. I'm also doing a little bit of a switch up and everything with my content. Also going to start live streaming soon. I'll be announcing that in the near future. But yeah, changing up things, diving deeper into pop culture as well as culture war stuff. Slightly political stuff also, if you're into that too. But other than that, go ahead and check out the channel. I already got one subscriber. Look like they came from this live stream tonight and everything. I want to thank you all for having me. Thank you for your support and stuff. And I do apologize for the. And also, Serena's right. Sam Wilson created the shield like a I'm out.
All right, Hughes. You guys go and subscribe to Hughes. And Erica, first of all, where can people find you, my dear?
You can find us at Erica-Raff. We're on a hiatus right now for sure. So yeah, just life's kind of thrown us some curveballs very recently, and we're having to take a step back on some YouTubing stuff. But if you want, subscribe, enjoy what we have up, and when we get things back up and going, we'll let you guys know.
Well, folks, you can subscribe to her channel. It's right down there in the description box. Go check out her videos. Got a nice set of videos up there for you guys to watch. So please do go and check her out. As for your girl, tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, the Dark Council is back for their bi-monthly show. Please do go and give us a watch. We'll be over on Fatal J's channel. And just coincidentally, when this stream ends, you get routed actually over to his channel. If you love my stuff, you will love the Dark Council. We have our own unique takes on what's going on in pop culture. And I believe, of course, we're going to be talking about Kathleen Kennedy and this bologna sausage known as Captain America, Brave New World. We're going to be talking about that. So, folks, thank you so very, very much for hanging out with us. We sure do appreciate you supporting the show. Take care, and we will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.